You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to giving you the inside scoop on what's happening on the lakes and waterways of our region, with a primary focus on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. Your hosts, V&M Baits General Manager Kevin Jean and Camus Boats Pro Staffer Steve Graff. Two guys with years of tournament experience with Pro-Am circuits like ABA, BFLs, Toyota Series, and BASS Opens. Anglers willing to share their knowledge and to give you inside information to make you a better angler. So get ready to take some notes and learn exactly how anglers are catching the big stringers right here on Tackle Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome to Tackle Talk Live. I'm Camus Boats Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with V&M General Manager Kevin Jean. Kevin, today we got a really good angler. Tell us who we got.
Mr. Cole Moore, one of the hottest sticks, been one of the hottest sticks on Sam Rayburn Toledo Bend for the past several years, Steve. Kid can flat out catch them. He's always been able to catch them. Had over 32 pounds in the Fishers of Men, the East Texas Division Fishers of Men over there this past weekend, him and his dad, Richard Moore. So, you know, and it's interesting. I really want to hear, you know, Cole's really known for catching them deep, A-rigging, football jig, yada, yada, yada. But Steve, those fish have got to be making that transition. And I know this was Saturday and it was still cool, but still anxious to see kind of where he caught them, how he caught them, and all of that. We're going to get him to break it all down for us.
I had a chance to visit with a guy yesterday that was fishing the north end of Toledo Bend. And, of course, obviously a lot of fish have pulled up on the north end of Toledo Bend. The water's warmed up. It's in the mid-upper 50s. There's definitely a lot of fish roaming. Actually, some fish are in the bushes. If you're looking to go to Toledo Bend, want to go north and get in the bushes, there are some fish up there right now. And but I think, Kevin, all those big stringers probably still coming from down south, if I had to guess, out over that deep grass.
On Toledo now, but Steve, remember now, Fishermen this past weekend was on Sam Rayburn.
Right.
So, exactly. You know, Cole's gonna be able to break us down for us. But yes, you're 100% right. Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn both. There's some fish in the bushes. Like, it's fixing to go down up shallow on both lakes. It's 70, 80 degrees all week this week. So they got the big Outlaw Team Series tournament this weekend, Saturday over there at Sam Rayburn. So, and I know Cole's fishing that. Going to be interesting to hear from him if he thinks his fish is still going to be there, being that it's going to be 70, 80 degrees all week. Got a lot to cover, Steve. We got a lot to cover on this show. Also got some breaking news from V&M Baits, something you don't want to miss. Stick around after Cole's interview. We'll talk a little bit about some V&M Baits and what's going on.
Yeah, major news there. Well, again, as Kevin said, we'll have the Triple T results. We got the Bassmaster Elite Series tournament results from Okeechobee. It's event number 1. Louisiana boy Tyler Rivette from.
Steve, did you watch the weigh-in? Did you watch the final weigh-in?
Yes, it was really cool.
Did you see him go Hulk Hogan on everybody?
See what? Oh, yeah. What is up with that? I mean, what is that? Is that his trademark now? What is up with that? The guns and.
I guess. And I know Tyler, but I don't know him that well I haven't talked to him, you know, since. But on day one, when he come across stage, he had a mega bag on day one. And I was watching live. I was waiting for Daryl to come across stage, see what he had. And you know, on stage, they asked him, say, if you win this thing, you got to like rip off the shirt, go Hulk Hogan. He's like, I'll do it if I win it. And well, he won it. So that's kind of how that all went down. But great for Tyler, great fisherman, proud for him, excited for him. Great way to start off the year, no doubt.
Yeah, there was no shirt ripping going on, but I can tell you right now, it was emotional for him. His wife or his girlfriend, whatever, I don't know if it's fiance, his family was there. Just great to see. A guy from Louisiana. And a lot of people don't know this, but Tyler is the guy that founded the Nickel State, kind of like you founded Northwestern State Fishing Team. He's the guy behind the Nickel State Fishing Team. And
he was. And Steve, we also had another top 5 angler, Logan Latuso, which we had on Tackle Talk Live here a couple months ago. Logan finished very, very high, top 10. I want to say 5th maybe. I can't recall off the top of my head, but in that event as well, in his very first elite event. So, looking for big things out of Logan this year as well.
Yeah, they had some good live coverage of him in the boat. I had a camera in the boat with him this past weekend. I got to watch him, and he did a good job. I think he's got a bright future. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we will have Cole Moore. Cole Moore come on talk to us about how him and his partner, Richard Moore, won the event on Fishers of Men. And we'll get a little more detail about Fishers of Men. I used to fish there. That's a great circuit. And it's just getting better, it looks like. I've looked at the results, and it's impressive, the participation level in Fishers of Men right now. We'll have all that and more when we return. You're watching Tackle Talk Live.
Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in your hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your health care needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6, just south of Toledo Town, or you can call 318-508-5323. For all your boating needs, check out Shreveport's newest marine dealer, The Boat Shop. Raymond Kidd and his great staff will take care of all your engine repair needs or anything else that needs fixing. A certified Yamaha Mercury dealer, they carry two of the best fishing boats on the market from Sea Arc and Camus. The Boat Shop is never short on trade-ins, as they're always willing and able to make you the best deal possible. Looking for great boat accessories? They're a full support garment and Minn Kota dealer. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used boat, or maybe you just need to service the boat you have, let the Boat Shop fix you up. To learn more, call 318-402-0399 or go to ShreveportBoatShop.com. The next time you're on I-49 just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana, stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors. A store within a store, Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, or drinks, they have it. While you're there, check out Cypress Knee Outdoors and pick up whatever hunting or fishing tackle you need. Top name brands like Strike King, Santone, Spro, or the #1 soft plastics made, V&M. On the hunting side, they carry guns from Mossberg, Winchester, and Remington. Plus, they've got a great supply of ammunition. Let John Abram and his staff show you everything Cypress Knee has to offer. Located just 1 mile east of 127 on I-49, or call 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
You're watching Tackle Talk Live. We appreciate you tuning us in today. I'm Camus Boats Pro Staffer Steve Graff. Well, that's old habits are hard to break, Kev. And Kevin Jean, V&M General Manager Kevin Jean. And this segment presented by Toledo Health, The Boat Shop, 3J's four-way, home of Cypress Knee Outdoors. If you're looking for a Camus boat, The Boat Shop is the place to go. And Raymond Kidd and his staff have a great selection of Camus boats, as well as 2 or 3 other brands that sure to fit your fancy and your pocketbook. So check it out, the Boat Shop in Shreveport. On the Boat Shop, actually the Boat Shop hotline, we've got Cole Moore and one of the hottest sticks on Toledo Bend, and Sam Rayburn. Go ahead and throw Rayburn in there now. And Cole, man, welcome to the program. We're glad to have you. And I don't know if Kevin told you, but GPS coordinates are required to be a guest on this show. So if you can send us some, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I got a spotted bass hole in Toledo that's loaded. I'll let y'all have it.
Hey, I'll take whatever I can get, man. We appreciate it. Cole, tell us about you. Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
No, Cole, I mean, you and your dad, Richard Moore, had 32-33 to win the Fishers of Men event over there on Sam Rayburn, guaranteeing $10,000, correct? Am I right on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is correct.
Yeah. So 32-33 with an 896 big fish. And Cole, we had you on the show last year, and Steve, it's maybe this same week last year. I know it was right around this time.
Yeah.
And Cole, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. So again, had you on right around this time last year on Sam Rayburn, how you were catching them over there. I know it was a drain deal last year. Are you catching them the same way this year, or are we doing something different?
No, sir. It's pretty similar. It kind of is a different area, not the same place. There's no fish where I was catching them last year, or not yet anyway. And then, but like I say, it is a drain deal. in that mid-depth range, just some fish staging, you know, traveling back with this warm weather as the temperatures warm up.
Yeah.
Cole, how on your 32 over 32 pounds y'all caught this past weekend? What was your big fish? What was your kicker fish?
Right at 896. I think that was the numbers on it.
Was that the big bass for the tournament or just big fish for y'all?
No, so that it ended up winning the big bass of the tournament as well.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
How did you catch a kicker fish early? Catch it late, middle of the day? When did you catch that fish?
No, so it come around noon actually. We already had a pretty good bag. I got to give a shout out to old Pops. I tell you, he pulled through first thing that morning. I told him, I said, I need you to get me a bonus fish, catch us a good one. Well, 30 minutes, he caught a 6-pounder. He actually caught it over some grass. We was kind of in a grass drain, and well, once he caught that one, and I caught a few more good ones, you know, throughout the mid morning to give us a pretty good string. I think we had around 24 pounds, and I just kept telling, I was like, we gotta have a big, and I was like, Cody's out there, Tater Reynolds is out there, several more guys. It's just hammers on Rayburn. I was like, we gotta have a big one to even have a shot at winning it. And when I caught the one close to 9, it gave us, like, I had it on my Rapala scales, and it gave us close to 30. And still, I didn't think we had a shot. And I was like, we needed one more. We need one more. And luckily, I think it was about 1:30 or 2 o'clock, I caught another 6-pounder that called out of 4 that gave us what we had.
Mm-hmm.
Cole, is everything, and I'm going to get more into depth, but into baits a little bit, but is everything grass related? Is it drain related? You know, is it, you said you caught, you know, a 6-pounder over grass. Was that the only one you caught over grass, and then it was more drain deal, or what?
Yes, sir. That's the only one that ended up weighing. We caught several fish that morning over some grass, you know, just kind of starting to get a few bites to get the day going. And that's what we needed. It was one of them bonus fish off the grass. Everything else is more kind of wood related, you know, or related to some bait fish or something.
Yeah. I'm assuming A-Rig, just knowing you like I do.
Yes, sir. That's a good guess.
You know, Cole, forward-facing sonar is the craze right now. We all know about it, but there are a few people like Danny Isles that aren't even using it at all and being successful with or without it. Where do you fall in this category when it comes to the forward-facing sonar? Are you a big proponent of it, or you don't use it, or what?
No, sir, I got it. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking at it all day to just try to catch, you know, 1 or 2 of them big ones that's just maybe cruising around or not sitting where they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And to get, you know, and it has helped for sure to put a couple big fish in the boat that probably a lot of people wouldn't catch, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't even look at or wouldn't cast that.
Cole, what was water temp Saturday after it was cool morning?
Shoot, man, I don't hardly pay attention anymore. Probably stupid of me.
Yeah.
I think it was low to mid 50s, and then up in the day, you know, it warmed up to the high 50s, if I'm correct.
So I know you're fishing Outlaw Team Series this coming weekend. So with 70, 80 degree weather all week like we've had, how do you plan on these fish that you're catching right now to react? I mean, there's going to be the first wave is going. Let's just get that right and clear.
I'm hoping
is gone.
Right, they're up there. There's no doubt. You know, a lot of those other big stringers, I feel like come, you know, probably up there over the grass or even close to bushes, which I like. I like the warm weather because a lot of them fish that's out there on the main lake or something, they're coming to me. Should be. Yeah. I hope that's the case.
Right. So you feel like you're going to get another group that's coming into you. Yours might leave, but you think you'll get another group coming in?
Right. The fish, you know, where I'm catching are probably going to go on up past me, but then there's got to be another wave coming. I mean, that's typical springtime fishing. You know, they ought to be behind each other.
Well, the next full moon, guys, comes in, I think, first week of March. March 6th, I think, is the next full moon. So 3 days before, 3 days after, that 3 days before could be really strong.
Yes, sir.
No, definitely. Real quick, let's jump to Toledo Bend. Cole, guide on Toledo Bend, bass guide, crappie guide over there. You're on a trip today. You're on the water right now. Toledo Bend's kicking them out. Well, how's it fishing right now?
Man, this place it's on fire, as you can see from the weights and the records that's being broke. I'm kind of disappointed I ain't broke none. I'd like to. You know, I'd like to catch a 15-pounder or 45 pounds like Cody Pitt, but I just can't do it. But as far as just the fishery, man, it's definitely phenomenal. Those 2 or 3 years of no grass and letting a lot of pressure on the lake has helped it out a lot.
All right, Cole, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Which is better right now, Toledo Bend or Sam Rayburn?
Toledo Bend, blow it out the doors.
Wow. Hey,
I
we
mean,
ain't heard.
don't get me wrong,
Coming from
Steve.
the guy that caught 32 pounds at Sam Rayburn this past weekend.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, I did. You know, I had a phenomenal, me and my dad had a phenomenal day. That, you know, 32 pounds is big anywhere, even big on Toledo right now. But if you look at the way far as catching, far as putting 100 boats out there and half the field catching 17 to 20 pounds, like the average fish over here is 3.5, 3 3/4 right now. When at Rayburn, I feel like it's harder to catch all those 3.5 and 3 3/4 pounders like you can on Toledo, because that fish over here are healthy as can be, man. They might not be but 15 or 16 inches long, but they're so fat and thick that they're gonna weigh right at 4 pounds or 3.5 to 4 pound fish.
And at that last bass champ, she had 21 bags over 20 pounds. That's just incredible. That says a lot about the fishery and what Toledo Bend's capable of. And again, guys, we're not even into the really good part of the fishing season yet. We're just at the front end of it. So there could be, Bill Cook caught the new lake record, but 1567, but that may not last very long, guys. I know it lasted 20 years before, but there could be another 16-pounder out there come in this spring.
I don't doubt that at all.
Agree.
It could happen. And as far as the weights, it's gonna keep putting them out for the next month. If we get I think there's a few big tournaments coming up in March, and you'll see some very impressive weights for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely will. So, Cole, man, thanks for coming on. Good luck this coming weekend, Outlaw Team Series, and for the rest of the year, man. But thanks for coming on and sharing with us, and good luck.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Cole. Cole Moore. Cole's one of the he's a guy, Kevin, that we'll find out somebody knows what they're doing. He definitely knows what he's doing. He's got something figured out over there. And obviously at Sam Rayburn, too, he's got something figured out. But congratulations to him and his dad. What a great combination, and what a great memory for both those guys.
Yeah, and they won a bunch of tournaments last year, Steve. Won the Bass Champs at Toledo. Richard all of a sudden came out of retirement from fishing when Cole got really, really good. So his timing was very good on that. I know his dad real well and know the family, but it was. I pick on his dad because I'm saying, you haven't fished a bass tournament in 5 or 6 years, and all of a sudden. Yeah. Cole gets up in age where he can whoop everybody's butt, and all of a sudden Dad comes out of retirement. So
he decided to go get in the back of the boat.
Yeah. But looking at the results here, Steve, Cole was right. He had 32-33, but if he wouldn't have made that last upgrade, he wouldn't have won it. Cody Pitt, who has been killing them on Toledo Bend, had 31-7 by himself on Sam Rayburn.
Yeah, I heard him and his partner split up last weekend.
Yeah, Cody's been fishing the Fishers of Men. Him and Cole both are real good friends with Mr. Dick Pope, who I am as well. Great guy, and he runs a great tournament circuit. And I know Cody's wanting to kind of support Mr. Dick over there. And, his partner caught 11-pounder, Lane Masters on Toledo Bend this past weekend and won a little small tournament over there. So, I don't know if Cody's even fishing this. I haven't talked to Cody this weekend. I don't know what he's got coming up. I don't know if he's fishing Outlaw Team Series. I know Bass Champs he might be at Rayburn. Bass Champs is not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah.
So Cody might be over there getting some reps on Rayburn, but it looks like he's leaving off right where he did on Toledo Bend, weighing 31-7 on Sam Rayburn. So
yeah. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to have the Triple T results, along with we'll have the East Texas Fishers of Men Team Trail results when we return with more Tackle Talk Live.
Are you looking for the finest custom-built rods ever made? Then look no further than Pride Rods. Fishing rods built to last and made in Montgomery, Texas. Constructed by Mr. Billy Kistler with the finest Gary Loomis North Fork composite blanks available. They offer a complete line of both spinning and casting rods for both fresh and salt water. Pride Rods do more than pass the eye test. They excel in performance as well. Ask your local tackle dealer if they carry Pride Rods and pick one up and try it for yourself. You'll see why so many anglers are using Pride Rods. To learn more, go to priderods.com or call 832-418-6040. The next time you're headed for Toledo Bend or Sam Rayburn, stop by Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle. They have an awesome supply of everything you'll need to catch the big ones. Whether your trip calls for bass fishing, white perch tackle, catfish bait, or the ultimate fighting shiners, Keith's Tackle has you covered. Keith and former Elite Series pro Ben Matsubu also have the latest information on what, how, and where you need to be fishing on Sam Rayburn or the Bend. So for all your tackle needs, check out Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, located just off Highway 21 on the Texas side of Toledo Bend, or call 409-625-0181. The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency that has been taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guy for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. Located at 805 Southeast Stalling Suite 3, Nacogdoches, Texas, or call 936-205-4467. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
This segment presented by Pride Rods, Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, and the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Texas. I'm Cayman Boats Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with V&M General Manager Kevin Jean. And real quick, and by the way, stay tuned. We got some big news coming from Kevin and V&M Baits here in just a few minutes. But first of all, Texas Team Trail results. Let's see here if I can pull that up real quick.
Sam Rayburn this past weekend as well.
And Sam Rayburn last Saturday. Marshall Hughes and James Franklin won this event. 5 fish for 28.06. Russell Lee, Landon Ware finished second with 25.13. Clay Phillips, David Shaw from Huntington, Texas finished third with 25.13. Brian Schott, Jim Smith from Longview and Lake Charles, respectively, finished fourth with 25.12. From Phoenix, Arizona, Seth Furman from Furmanek and Robert Kettner, they finished fifth with 20.14. Don't know if they follow that circuit full time or not, but from Phoenix, Arizona, that's a long way from home. Finishing sixth was Alan Ashby and Donnie Pickard from Orange, Texas, 20.06. Richard Wagnon and Greg Green from Jasper finished seventh with 19.13. Eighth, Travis Lloyd, Brett Vaughn, 19.01. Josh Basima and Matthew McCardle from Houston, Texas finished ninth with 18.13. And rounding up top 10, Shane Campbell right there from Brooklyn and Wyatt Franklin's from Corrigan, Texas finished 10th with 18.03. Real quick, Billy Gewen from Shreveport and Morgan Marr from Woodlands, Texas finished 11th with 17.13. So congratulations to all you guys. Just looking down the list, Kevin, Derek Mundy, one of the big sticks at Rayburn, and Jason Bonds, they finished tied for 14th with 17.04. Russell Cecil, Todd Castledine were 18th. Clayton Bullware, Chris McCall. That's a new team. I guess Albert's decided not to fish this team. That kind of surprised me.
Albert's pulling back on fishing, period.
I knew he bought him a tractor. When you buy a tractor, Kevin, that means you ain't fishing much. Clayton Bullware and Chris McCall teamed up. They finished 20th. That'd be a pretty good team right there, 16-14. And but anyway, congratulations. Mark Martin, James Larimore, James, a good friend of mine, finished 23rd. He had 16.04. So great turnout, Kevin. I think, let's see, I'm looking down the list. I'm going to say great. I'm trying to look, see how many teams they actually had. Now they don't give a total. Looks like about 106 75, maybe 180 teams is what participated in this event. Numbers are down. We all know that.
Well, here's the thing, though, Steve. 100 and how many? 100 and what?
Ballpark, it looks like around 180.
They had 138 in the Fishers of Men.
Yes. And
So,
do you think, is it the 10 grand that's guaranteed to see attraction on that?
yes, it is an attraction for Fishers of Men. But also, I think, and for me, I would love to fish them. I haven't been able to. But going back to the older Fishers of Men days, when Fishers of Men 10 years ago drew 100+ boat at every event, tournament director Mr. Dick Polk, he does a heck of a job. He does an excellent job. As tournament director, he does a great job of putting the events on the night before, the dinner and everything, the meeting that they have. They always have a guest speaker that comes and speaks. Mr. Dick does an absolute fabulous job running a tournament circuit, and he has taken it back over. This is his, I think last year was his first year back. This is his second year, just like he did before. He's growing it, Steve, and it's going to be bigger, better than ever, and he's going to do a heck of a job. So as long as he's running this thing and they're guaranteeing 10 grand now, this is what they're going to get, 140 boats. You know, while there's another 150 boat tournament going on the lake as well. Just imagine if one of those tournaments wasn't this weekend, though. How many would you have had?
Yeah.
You'd had pushing 300. I'd say 250.
Yeah.
You know, either one of those. But because of Rayburn and the weekends that are not available to have tournaments, because there's one every weekend, tournament trails have to, schedule on top of one another. It's just that's what it is.
Well, again, the drawing card, I knew when I saw Fishers of Men came out this past winter making the announcement, 10 grand guaranteed first place in all their events, I thought, wow, that's going to be a drawing card. And it was, obviously is. And again, I'm a former dedicated Fishers of Men guy. When they shut down Louisiana and they quit having them in Louisiana and there was nobody to take it over, I almost went to that Texas division, and just because I enjoyed it. I mean, me and Brett Horton together, it was a great circuit. We went to nationals. We had a lot of success in that circuit, in that tournament trail, and it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and it was a little bit more low key, a little more, don't get me wrong, everybody wants to win. We all want to win every time we back our boat in the water, but it just had a different feel to it. It was guys got along good and seemed to respect each other a lot, and it was a great circuit, and I really missed that. But anyway, Louisiana.
No, it is. And I fished it back in the day as well. Me and Daryl fished them for several years. Went to regionals, went to the national tournament at Lake Pickwick one year. Loved the trail, and I hate that it fell off in our area, and I'm calling East Texas our area because it's Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend, and it fell off for a couple of years. But like I said, Mr. Dick's back. They're guaranteeing 10 grand. It's coming, and it's going to draw. I'm trying to look up their schedule right now. I know I had it.
Well, give us the final results, top 5 in that event, Fishers of Men.
Let's see, now I went to looking for the schedule. Now you want to ask me for that.
Well, while he's looking that up, I'm going to give you the results of Okeechobee, the Bassmasters event. Again, our local guy from Louisiana, Raceland, Louisiana. Tyler Rivette won this event with 86.15. I watched a lot of the live coverage. If you're not watching Bassmaster Live or even MLF Live, guys, you can learn so much during those episodes. And if you've got time, even if you're at work, you want to slip your computer on and kind of have it in the background, I'm just telling you, it's just really interesting to watch these guys live on the water. Clark Windlet, a good friend of mine. I actually fished with Clark on Okeechobee back in 2004 as a co-angler. Great angler. He finished second with 83 pounds, basically right at 4 pounds back from the leader. Brandon Cobb, another guy. I absolutely love Brandon. Just a good guy. Finished third at 81.9, and our good guy we've had on the show last year, a couple of months ago, Logan Leduso, finished 4th with 81.4. And another great guy is he's as pure as they come. Steve Kennedy finished 5th with 77.2. And so congratulations to those guys. Congratulations to Tyler and to Logan. Great finishes in the Bassmaster Elite Series, first tournament of the year. And they're on Toho this week.
No, Elite Series is on Seminole.
Seminole. Right, Seminole. They're still in Florida. They got Seminole this week, so back-to-back weeks. I talked to Tyler this morning, and I got a chance to visit with him, and he was on the water practicing. Man, you didn't even get a chance to enjoy your victory. He said, no, we loaded the boat, headed for Seminole, and
so Steve, the final day of that was Sunday over there.
Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah.
you had a 6-hour drive and start practice Monday morning.
Yeah.
That's brutal. That's tough. Now, if you win the event, you're on a high, even a top 10 finish. Yeah. So top 10 fish Sunday, you're on a high, on an adrenaline rush. Hey, let's go. But that at the end of this week, it's going to catch up to him, I promise you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just inevitable. I mean, it's just hard to – Kevin, people don't know the grind that those guys go through. It looks all fun, and I was just going fishing. Yeah. It's work, dude. It's work.
It's daylight to dark, and your give out after tournament, and then they have to go back to back. Yeah. You know, especially those guys that fished on Sunday. You know, the ones that make top 50 Cup fish Saturday, they get a day to kind of, hey, let's get our stuff, you know, take the drive, get everything set up. I mean, Tyler, the guys in the top 10, I mean, they had time to drive up there, and they probably got there at midnight and, you know, unload all their stuff and then get up at daylight and start practicing on a whole new lake. I mean, that's brutal. That's tough. Now, a lot of them like that because they can get home to their family instead of having to take 2 weeks off and drive all the driving.
Right.
So they do like it, and that's a good thing for them. But man, that's tough on those guys in the top 10. Though.
Yeah, it really is.
I got the results finally here, Steve. The fishermen this past weekend on Sam Rayburn. Cole Moore, Richard Moore, first place, 32-33. Cody Pitt, we talked about, had 31.7. Third place, Austin Waddell and Wesley Baxley had 23.18. Fourth place, Austin Lowe. Jody Lowe had 22.77. Fifth place was Lane Anderson, had 21.77. Looking all the way down to 10th place, Steve, Larry Nassar, Lynn Thibodeau in 10th place was 18.53. So a lot like the Texas Tournament Trail on Sam Rayburn's past weekend, a whole bunch of bags from 19.20 to 15.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Steve, I want one more thing. I did find the schedule for that Fishermen East Texas Division. They had a tournament January 28th, Sam Rayburn. This one, February 18th, Sam Rayburn. They're coming to Toledo Bend March 11th. Toledo Bend April 22nd, and then Sam Rayburn May 13th for the final one. Yeah. Nick LeBrun will be the guest speaker for April 22nd tournament. Will be the night before, April 21st. Nick will be the guest speaker at the meeting the night before.
Oh, okay. Cool. That'd be a great deal. Nick's a great guy. We both know Nick personally. He'll do a good job. And so Nick's got a great testimony. He'll lay it out there for you. And it's a great story. And again, Nick's as good a guy as it comes. Real quick, lake levels before we get to Kevin's big news. Sam Rayburn is 164.4 right now, a difference of 1.2 inches. It's up. 10-day gain of 7.32 inches and 24-hour gain of 0.12 inches. So the lake is still coming up over there a little bit. Toledo Bend, just the opposite. Currently 171.22. It's gone down. That's a difference of it's 9 inches low, 9.36 low. 10-day loss, 7.08 inches. It's fallen, and 24-hour loss, 1.32 loss in the last 24 hours. But they're pulling, they're generating down there. We expected that. A lot of guys are happy about that. They'd like to see it stay down. And
I would for the grass. I don't want to see a whole bunch of water get put on top of this grass and all of a sudden that grass dies. Right. If they can suck it back down, get that dirty, nasty water off the top of that grass that has grown and been healthy. It's going to help. I know all you guys, you and like my tournament partner, Travis Merritt, and all you guys that, you get all excited when you see a bush over there has water on it. But we need, and there'll still be bushes in the water. You still have plenty to flip, but we need to get the water down a little bit better just to make sure the grass stays healthy. That's what's going on with the lake right now. Toledo Bend. You see the fishing, you see how good it is, you see the fish coming back. Steve, I don't know if you recall, but we had Billis on end of last year, middle of summer, 2 years ago maybe.
No,
he predicted this.
Yeah.
If you go back, go on YouTube and watch our show, we have Billis Dowden on. He predicted this would happen for 2023, 2024.
Yep.
That all those 3-4 pounders we had at the time He said this might have been 2 years ago. He said this it's going to happen 23, 24, and he was right. He hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, he said it would be similar to the 2017 year when it was really good at Toledo, and then we had a little drop off. He thought this would be another one of those big years, and so far he's been right. Again, kudos to those guys too, Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries and the Texas Parks and Wildlife and Fisheries. Great job of managing that body of water, because I know they do that in combination with each other, and so good job to both those guys. All right, Kevin, V&M big news. What we got?
Oh man, so as you can probably guess of what happens in this industry, V&M has gotten bought out. It happened earlier this month. A group out of Oklahoma, Arkansas, LES LLC, it's Lucky Strike, basically. The owners group from Lucky Strike came to us wanting to acquire V&M Baits, and they did. They have purchased V&M from us, from the ownership group, and me being president at the time. Now, saying all that, I am staying on as sales manager. I will still oversee all the sales for V&M Baits and a lot of stuff for Lucky Strike. So we're in the middle of all this. We just moved the warehouse from Natchitoches, Louisiana, where it's been at. We shipped everything to North Arkansas, up there in Greenwood, Arkansas, and that is their Lucky Strike plant warehouse. It's the old Bill Norman, original Bill Norman warehouse. Okay. It's pretty cool. I've been up there twice now to kind of help get them organized and get all the inventory situated. They got a really nice setup, good group of people. I'm excited to work with. It's going to be a lot. It's been a lot. Past 3 weeks for me has been absolutely crazy. Trying to get all this done, trying to get things switched over to the new ownership group, trying to find my role. I mean, it's a big group. It's a big company. V&M was not so big. We worked our butts off, but it wasn't a large company, and I pretty much ran everything. So it's going to be a big change for me. But kind of finding my workflow and working with new people. So I'm excited though. I'm excited for V&M and what the new owners have planned and in store. I'm excited of the chances and opportunities we're going to have to take this thing to another level, Steve. And from where V&M has came for the last 5 or 6 years, and you know this, you know more about V&M probably than anybody because it's been in Natchitoches forever. But extremely excited for what I think V&M has a chance to do even more so now.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to toot Kevin's horn because I know he's not going to toot his own horn. But, between him, the new ownership with Cliff Pace, so when he came in and became part of the ownership of that group, we all know, guys, when you're in the bait and tackle business, I had an opportunity to buy a bait and tackle company. I turned it down. It was a great offer. It was a great company. But you got to have the ability to create new baits and be innovative constantly, because today you're the new hot thing. Tomorrow you're on the sale rack or you're in the sale bin on the side over there. It's such a competitive market and it took guys like Kevin, like Cliff Pace that brought it to the forefront with innovative new baits, the new designs, because that's when things started to take off. When y'all came up with some of the new stuff, the baby swamp hog and the different jigs, it's just been a great marketing, the J-Bug. I mean, it's just endless. And you hire good pro staff guys to be innovative and help create new baits. And so congratulations.
And I appreciate it, Steve. I really do. And as Cliff Pace is coming with us as pro staff. He was one of the owners of V&M. He's coming with us as pro staff. Like myself, I'm transitioning over as continuing on as sales manager. Cliff is going to be pro staff. Daryl Gleason coming on will still be pro staff V&M. Daryl will also be Lucky Strike. Justin Cooper is coming with us. That's my guys, and I don't want to do this without them. And the new owner said, absolutely, we're continuing on with the pro staff you have in place. He saw what they did, and you're 100% right. It was Cliff and I were fortunate, and Cliff was the designer behind all this with his baits and his mind. I just ran into tackle stores and talked until they finally bought something from me. But the pro staff guys that has helped us push this thing, the little things like the colors like Gleason Candy and has allowed us to get to where we are as a company. And it has grown. I mean, we're in Walmart, we're in Bass Pro, we're, in Academy, we're in all the big box stores. So,
yeah.
But this is a really, really good deal for everybody involved. It's a good deal for the owners that was in place, the previous owners of V&M, the new owner, the ones that bought it. It's a good deal for them and what they're wanting to do. It's a good deal for me, and it's going to be a good deal for everybody. Now it's going to take a little time to get organized, and we're starting back shipping today. Is the first time they're shipping from the new warehouse. So it's going to take a little time for all that to kind of mesh and get things going back out the door, just for them to get on. New people, running the shipping department stuff, but they've been doing it for Lucky Strike for a long time now. And again, I'm excited. I'm excited for new things to come. We're already working on a new bait that we're trying to release for the Bassmaster Classic that I'm hoping to have for the V&M tournament. That's another thing. The V&M tournament, Toledo Bend, March 26th, the day after the Poche tournament. We're still having Outlaw Outdoors putting it on for us right there at Cypress Bend. Excited, and I'm hoping we have some new baits to release at that time. We're wide open, trying to get caught back up from having that little delay in the buyout. But it's going good. It's going to continue to get better. All I can say is stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Just real quick, upcoming events, Brandon Belt, March 4th and 5th on Lake Ray Roberts. As Kevin has alluded to, Outlaw Outdoors this coming weekend, February 25th out of Humphrey Pavilion. Bass Champs, March the 4th on Sam Rayburn. And March the 11th, ABA Open Series, Rayburn, Castle Boykin. And again, if you hadn't signed up for the Southwest Division of the Solo 150 Tour, $600 entry fee, 2-day event, March 17th and 18th on Sam Rayburn out of Castle Boykin. And Kevin, that's all we got for today.
A couple more. March is a big tournament. March is a big month for Toledo Bend tournament-wise. The the Despino Tire Tournament is March 12th.
March 12th.
The Poche tournament is March 25th. Cypress Bend, V&M Baits is the day after, March 26th. So big tournament, big month going on Toledo Bend as well, along with everybody coming in trying to catch their double-digit fish. Signed up, Bass Cash Bash. Get signed up.
Yes, if you're headed for Toledo Bend, it starts March the 1st. So don't be going over there without signing up for Bass Cash Bash, and you don't want to be that guy. That's it. Thank you for tuning us in. Please check us out on our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or podcast. If you'd like to become a member of our sponsorship team, all you got to do is message us on our Facebook page. Kevin will get a packet out to you ASAP. For Kevin Jean, yours truly, Steve Graff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with more Tackle Talk Live.